Hey friends, it's Joe from DadBod. Today's day 71, top of week 11. We're about to go do an 8-mile run, which is super exciting. It's around 4:34 in the morning. I woke up at like 3:58 today to get going, so let's get to work. And naturally, it's way too darn hot. It's 81 degrees. The air's super sticky hot. You can just kind of feel it. Let's do it. Woke up with a little bit of discomfort between my shoulder blades, but we're doing all right. Also, because it is 4:30 something in the evening, GoPros function very poorly in the dark. So this is probably going to be the darkest run I'll record. The sun should rise by like mile 3, so feel free to enjoy the screeching cicada at 4:30 in the morning in Japan. And then when we run past street lights and stuff, things will look nice. But it's okay. You're running your own pace anyway. 3, 2, 1, start. Super mellow. It's possible we're the first one in this trail today, so very excited. And right from the start, focusing on the core, getting everything in position. It's a long one. It's a good one today. Ah! Just a giant spider web. I don't like bugs, okay? I just don't like it. But I think we finally beat OG-san. Nice quiet start. Now, 8 miles. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be hard. All right, we're gonna go mellow, low and slow. And if it helps, you could start to do kind of some mental prep for the journey, right? We're probably holding on to a lot of different thoughts and feelings, insecurities. I mean, the first of which is like, this is gonna take forever. And the reality is, yeah, well, not forever, but this is gonna be the longest workout you've ever done, possibly, if you've never trained for a full or half marathon before, and you were never like a high school athlete doing 2 days. This is a long one, friends. Let's just imagine, and we're not gonna run this fast, but let's imagine we're running 12-minute miles. We're running perfect 12-minute miles. The first 5 miles is gonna take us a full hour, right? So that's already something we can start to lock in of like, just to get to 5 miles. That's a full hour experience of discipline, maybe of discomfort, right? Of stamina. But then we gotta tack on 3 extra miles. If those are each 12-minute miles, that's 36 minutes. So you're looking at a 1 hour, 36-minute thing, you know? It's like 2 or 3 episodes of binge watching your favorite show on Netflix. It's gonna take a while, right? But you've carved out the space. Now let's assume everything goes to hell. Your legs aren't performing the way you want. Your cardio's out of control. Your pace is super variable. And instead of doing 15-minute miles, we land in like the 20-minute miles. That would be pretty slow. That would be pretty bad. Even if we end up that slow, 3 miles is gonna take 1 hour. 6 miles is going to get you to 2 hours. And 8 miles is going to get you to 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's kind of long. It's a long experience, right? But it's not impossible. And if you're going a mellow pace, you can probably go pretty far, right? So either way, regardless of where your pace lands in that spectrum, you know that this journey is going to take between an hour and 36 minutes and 2 hours and 40 minutes. And maybe that upper spectrum, the 2 hours and 40 minutes, maybe you have some commitments around that time. Maybe that's pressing in to your first meeting on Zoom, right? So if you need to clear your head out because maybe you slept in 30 minutes later than you planned, if you slept in 30 minutes later, you're not going to be able to run 30 minutes faster, okay? So you need to put that on a shelf. You need to accept that this 8 miles is going to take as long as it takes, all right? And it can't be changed. So if you need to clear your mind, get on your phone, fire off a couple 5 a.m. emails or whatever to your colleagues, use your voice to check, and just be like, hey, I've been training for a half marathon. Mondays are my long run days. I know that's not typical for some people, but it's what works for me. Had a rough night, had a late start. We're gonna bump the team meeting back 30 minutes, or y'all can carry on without me and I'll catch up on email later this afternoon. Thanks for the flexibility and supporting me and my goals, right? Super simple, super simple, super doable. And that one little email, it's gonna bring you here, right? It's gonna get you right where you need to be. Gonna help you be present in the journey. Hope you're having a nice day. Now, for me, in order to keep up with some of my life commitments, I've just been going to bed earlier on Sunday, and then waking up earlier on Monday, giving myself an extra 15 minutes, extra 30 minutes to get going. So that's something you can give a go. It might help. That old, familiar road. Keep it rocking. Keep rolling. Nice warm up. First mile is really a warm up, right? Might be a more quiet run for me today. I want to focus on pace. So I'm gonna take a really quick bio break. All right, friends, back to work. So in Japan, as I get you well situated on my head. Oh man, my hair's sweaty today. This thing's gonna be loose. Alright, let's get everything going. We had such a nice pace too. And then nature was like, I'm calling. Let's see, let's resume our run. 0.76. We're just getting into it. It's a nice pace. I mean, I guess we could still make it. Woo! Think it's working. Pop that in my pocket. Other pocket's got the batteries, bike key, gooey packets. We're ready to party. Oh, I feel better. It's funny, I have a very regular process. If that makes sense. I took care of everything this morning. You know what I mean? Finding my little bounce. Finding my tilt. Sorry. But I went this morning. Literally, as soon as I was like ready to press play, we were nearing my normal wake up. Right, I wake up at 4:30 normally. It was like 4:38, and my body's like, "You can't start this day unless you poop." And I was like, "That's not true. We just took care of that." Well, I'd like to confirm that that was true. But now, hopefully, we're ready to start this day. And because we live in Japan, we are privileged with the opportunity to take a very nice, deep squat. Because sometimes porta potties are what I would call normal, standard Western toilets, and sometimes they're like a hole in the ground that you squat over. I've never used that bathroom. It was not a standard toilet, so the whole experience was rather awful. And it's like a sauna box. So I've already lost about 50% of the water in my body. All right, friends, you're almost at a mile. How you feeling? And you know, while you're running, you got thumbs, right? Maybe for today's run, for your own notes, and for my sake, just comment every mile a thing or two, like how it felt, if it was a struggle, where your mindset was at, maybe how fast you ran it, even though we're not too worried about speed. Maybe it was a run, maybe it was a walk. With our normal moose lifts, we take notes, right? So with a run, congrats on your first mile. Running about a 12:44 pace, which means we'll be done if we hold this in about an hour 45 minutes, which is not bad. It's doable, right? It's doable. We signed up for this. You signed up. You chose this life. But yeah, there have been some runs that I've done where every mile I would take a little mini selfie video, just point up 1 finger, 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4, like at each mile marker. And then when I got home, took my ice shower, had a free minute, I'd edit it into a TikTok. Woo! Ooh, that's a good rolled ankle. I'd edit it into a TikTok. Put it out there. Reminisce a little bit about the hard work. Some of the selfie videos I'm smiling, some of them I'm wheezing, right? It depends on where we're at. Also, that was a good ankle roll I just did. Feel some strain, some discomfort, but you may have noticed when that happened, I immediately caught myself, right? I immediately kept going, fell back into pace. I tried to keep mobilizing it. Part of the reason is because I didn't rack a tendon. I didn't break my ankle. If you broke your ankle or tore a tendon, please lay on the ground, grab your phone, get off of YouTube, because I can't help you in the comments on YouTube, and call a friend or call 911 and get help. But if you stumble and you roll it and you don't like it, but you catch yourself, if you can quickly get back on that foot, back on that pace, a lot of times, not always, things will self-correct. And part of it is because when we train, the way that we're training in this program, you're gonna have more resiliency. And I don't mean like the ability to grit your teeth through pain. I mean, you're gonna be less prone to injury. So what would have taken you out of the game with a rolled ankle, it'll be uncomfy. You'll feel it for a minute, but you actually have enough flexibility, mobility, and strength. Hey, you could probably pop right back into your pace. But if you stop, start doing all these body checks, wiggling your foot around, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to say, I don't know, man, I still got 6.5 miles left. I don't know. Let's be safe. Let's walk it home. It's like, bro, you almost fell. Get back out on your body, right? There's always gonna be, on any long run, period, no matter how well you train, no matter how well you lock in a pace, there will always be something uncomfy that you have to be mindful of. We're not out here to injure ourselves, but we do have to challenge ourselves. So just be cognizant of things like that. But 2 years ago, that ankle roll, I would have been on the ground. I'm a big guy. If I didn't have the strength from working different lunges and squats and running, that would have been a day ender just because I hit a rock the wrong way. But I do want to be careful. I want to make sure my words are heard correctly, okay? You are new to this journey. You are still only 11 weeks in. You are not Iron Man, okay? So have discretion. And as a legal disclaimer, aFamilyFrenzy is not legally or financially liable in the event that you get hurt training for your own half marathon. This includes acts of God, getting zapped by lightning, forest fires, and rolled ankles on misplaced trail rocks, right? I can't be liable. I can't help with that. Whew. Anyone else want to take a break? Whew. Y'all are like, you already took a break. You went poop. This run doesn't count. You're like, excuse me? I just did a squat of death for 45 seconds over a nasty cistern of crap. I get credit for that. That's just interval training. It's a real fartlek. All right. Now, one of the reasons, hidden agenda here, friends. One of the reasons I woke up at 3:58 or 3:57, I think. Gotta give myself credit, right? Was I knew with my morning routine, I could probably get out of here at 4:30, which meant there was a possibility, friends, that maybe I could get to mile 4 by the time the sun is bringing that pain. And right now it's still 82 degrees, really freaking humid because of all the puddles on the ground. But when that sun comes up and it starts drying out those puddles, it's gonna cook us too. We're gonna be like a little Nikomon, a little piece of bao, shumai, gyoza, in our little bamboo steamer, getting cooked alive. So right now, we're locking a good throttle pace. But from a mindset perspective, I'm running for my life. I want to be on that side of the river by the time the sun comes up, so that I'm only enduring the sun for half this thing. So I am purposefully trying to find a pace, lock a pace, kick some butt. Oh, guess I have my eyes. That said, I will throttle this pace for water when I see it. Water is essential. It is not an option. All right, you're doing good. Keep plunking along. Take some power breaths. We're not done. Tilt forward ever so slightly. If you got some chafe, fix your underwear. Wiggle it out. You got a lot of run left, buddy. And you know how we run 8 miles? 1 mile at a time. We're not on mile 7, so we don't need to think about that. We're not even done with mile 2. Well, I think we're close though. We're getting there. Mile 2, we get a treat. There's water there. It's too far out of the way. We'll see if I regret it. But I know I get a gooey packet soon. Not the same thing, of course, but still helpful. Whew. Yeah, when I finished the last 7-mile run, I kid you not, because of the heat, my whole shirt, top to bottom, was a wet blanket. All right, it was gross. But what I don't always get, my entire pants, also a wet blanket. Like, looked like a full bladder release. It's impressive. Felicia's like, gross. She'll get changed. I was like, but I need my eggs. I need my protein. She's like, get out of the kitchen. Nasty. So, let's talk good things, right? Get our mind off the hard, just for a second. Where are you feeling strong today? We know there's areas that are uncomfy. An ankle that you just rolled, your knee, your elbow, your back, your neck. The list goes on. That list is important. We want to work into those areas safely. We want to find our form over time. But where do you feel strong? What part of your body is in the work zone? Because one thing you'll start to learn in this program is there's like a lock it in pace. I think everybody has one. It's always a different speed. Some of you it's walking, which is okay. Some of you, your lock-in pace is really darn fast. There are some folks that can do like a 7:30 mile. That blows my mind. That's so fast. I have no desire to ever do that. But what's feeling strong? For me, man, these glutes today got some power in the tush. Push.
Split pace 12 minutes 38 seconds per mile.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna walk and do gooey packet. I'm gonna give myself intervals on these. I don't know how I feel about that, but my heart rate's running. I could probably mod the pace to bring it back in, but we just did a full quarter of this run. So I'm gonna give myself a little span, maybe to that white bridge, to eat a gooey packet, get my breathing, probably do a couple deadlifts, and then jump into mile 3. What are our choices today? We got strawberry banana, we got vanilla, we got the jet black blackberry, and chocolate. Which one would you eat first? I always eat the worst first. So I'll let you do the whole run to figure out what you think my favorite is. Let's start with chocolate. Chocolate is a nasty substance. I would never buy chocolate by choice, but unfortunately to buy large packs of these things in scale and get them to Japan, I have to get the variety packet. And other humans, through some kind of genetic disorder, think chocolate tastes good. Sorry, am I being too snarky for the morning? Y'all are triggered. You're like stopping your run right now. Like I quit this whole program. Guy doesn't like chocolate. Oh, that's so gross. Oh my gosh. Let's see, the ducks are up, okay? Where are the ducks? Be a duck, friends. Crows are up, wake up. Get out, find some nature. Come on now. Hi, crow. It was beautiful. And if you did a marathon where you ran or jogged 2-mile bursts, and at each water stop every 2 miles or whatever, you actually just stopped. Not stopped, but I mean you picked up your cup and you walked with purpose, drank your water, took some breathing, and then leaned back into your pace. If you're disciplined with that style, you can totally do it, all right? Maybe that's one thing I'm learning in this program, is to just be a little bit less afraid of adjusting pace, taking pause, tweaking things a little bit, and trusting that I can get back on my body with discipline. It's helpful for me to model. Once we get to the white handrail up there, I'll start to lean back into a pace. It's funny, I talked about how strong my glutes were. Right now, only my right cheek is like quivering a little bit. And part of it's just a shift in posture, shift in load by moving to walking. So, working on squeezing the cheek at the top of that deadlift. And I'm gonna do a couple high knees, pull my core in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I feel that on the right glute. you gotta make your body work for you, but you have to respect your body, right? It's a journey, and your body's gonna carry you for 8 miles, but only if you commune, right? Only if you're having that conversation with yourself and being like, come on, legs, we got a little more. It's not that bad. We've done this before. That's the one thing you can, if you're in like a bad headspace right now, I'm almost ready to start. I'm gonna start straightening out my walk a little bit. By the way, friends, lower back pain alert update. I've had like no lower back issues this whole week. It was magic, like sleeping through the night, waking up without discomfort, like things that were just totally out of reach 2 years ago. And it's just learning my body, learning how to lift with good form. I'm gonna jog gently. I'm gonna start super mellow. I'm gonna try to jog at a friendly talking pace. Me and you, just here. You could be right here. That's a little tight. I know we're kind of shoulder to shoulder. It's all right. But nah, man, my back is in really good shape. And then there's always like a moment where a surprise will catch you. I fell asleep on my bed, and my middle child, Akari, she's 4. She wanted to wake me up to play, which totally acceptable for a 4-year-old. But she's developed this new bad habit. Normally, if daddy's laid out on his stomach, it's fair game for kids to like walk on my legs and butt and back. It's like a little kid massage. It's awesome, right? And they can't do much damage unless they step on a vertebrae the wrong way, which happens sometimes. So it's not perfectly safe. But Akari has modified her massage technique, in which she'll be off to the side of you, like standing to the left of your butt. She will jump all the way in the air, tuck her knees in, grab her knees with her arms, and say cannonball, and land with her cute, bony little tailbone right into your spine. And she did that when I was fully asleep. So like, a lot of times if the kids are stepping on me, things I've learned is I will still squeeze the walnut a little bit, tuck the pelvis or tuck the tailbone, hold my abs, so my back is well supported even when I'm laying down. And that way when they walk on my back and muscles, there's no poor loading of the spine where a disc is pushing into the spine because of their weight. Because my core is holding my posture, even laying down. Now when you sleep, I'm sure all that relaxes a little bit, but with an aerial cannonball with no engaged core, I felt that for a good hour. Just a reminder of my come from, what I'm working with in this program. And we all have one, right? We all have an ache, a pain, something that tries to limit us. And unlike some kind of toxic trainers who are like, you gotta push through your limits. You know, the meat cakes of the internet. Maybe someday I'll be one, who knows? But like, I don't really believe that. I think we need to treat our body like the way I tell my kids to treat the ocean. Like, we have to respect the ocean. The ocean is fun, and we can play it in it, we can marvel at it. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, but it's also powerful, and it can kill us if we're not careful, right? So we have to respect it while still being proximal to it. In the same way with your fitness journey, like for that L5, L4 lower back issue, or for your sciatica, or maybe you're a smoker, right? You got a lot of breathing, stamina issues. I can't make your lungs get better in reverse 15 years of smoking, there's some recovery possible. But you're not gonna have the endurance to run 8 miles if you're stage 1 lung cancer, right? So, gotta respect your body. Gotta respect the limits. Focus on it. Yeah, respect your body. Gotta respect the limits. But you gotta get close to the limits. You gotta be close to it. You gotta go play in the shallow water without getting ripped out to sea, right? And that's what I'm for. Maybe I'm like your Coast Guard. I'm like, nah, you could come out a little bit. Come on, come out to your knees. It's all right. Then again, some sharks can swim in knee-deep water, so maybe not that far for some of you. Whew. But that's my job, man. Get you out in the water, but help you not get drowned, tossed in the waves. And again, I'm not a physical trainer. I'm not a physical therapist. I'm not a dietitian. I'm just someone who can bring you into their journey, have you on the side. We can come out here, kick some butt together, chat with one another, encourage one another. That's all I can get. And I have breathing. I have worked with a lot of physical therapists, physical trainers, and dietitians, all right? So I have some working knowledge. I'm not a complete idiot out here, but I recognize every body is different. Everyone has different pre-existing problems and challenges. And while you could treat this as a standalone workout, I am not a replacement for a trainer. That's what MooseABoot's for. A physical therapist. If you have legitimate pre-existing injuries, a dietitian if you really need to get your food figured out, and a mental health specialist. None of these things. So you can glean some encouragement from me, but no, don't use me as a replacement for those other things. It's an and, not an or. There's that sun. Darn you, sun. Out came the sun to dry up all the bodies and burn them alive. And a bamboo steamer. That's what it feels like. That's what it's gonna be. It's gonna be so bad. Okay. Let's keep plunking along, friends. You're doing good. Proud of you. I mean, we talked about where you're feeling strong. You still feeling strong? You're getting close to mile 3. All right, the last time, whew, we only ran out to 3.5, right? You're already almost at your turnaround point. There's no need to complain or get anxious, because you know last week you were able to run out this far and then just push out a little extra, a little oomph, right? So get that 3.5. So today, just lock in the chill pace, man. Just enjoy the ride. Y'all are like, shut the heck up. There's no joy in this place, only shadows and darkness. That water is our target right now. I want to walk right now, but I'm gonna try to trottle to the water break. I got good form. I found a nice locked in pace. Got no discomfort in the lower back. My abs are taut. And actually, a lot of the discomfort in my upper back from last week, don't even really notice it. Things are kind of finding their posture in that space. And yesterday we went to it's basically a Japanese IKEA, but better. It's called Nitori, Nitori. And I bought a folding full height mirror. So when I work out with you this week, I can finally see when my shoulder is sagging. And I could really focus in on form. When I hit the dirt, I'm gonna walk. Stretch it. Hey! That's good. That's really good because we had a walk break to start this one. So to hold 15 minutes is great. That's really good. I mean, if we run every one of these at 15 minutes, we'll be done in exactly 2 hours. Come on, water. I need you. Whew. Good work, everybody. And in love, I just want to remind you, in case you have any of those high school football coach toxic things floating in your brain, water does not make you weak. You should run with water if you can. If you live in an urban environment, bring a couple bucks, a couple coins. I'm gonna walk to the stairwell. Bring a couple coins. Go to a gas station, buy a bottle of water, chug it, throw it away, and carry on just like I'm doing. You need to fuel as you go. We are not Olympic athletes that will find a pace, hold a perfect pace, and run at top speeds. That's not why we're out here. How gozaimasu. We're not perfect, and we don't need to be. Whew. This is nice though, isn't it? A little bit different than that pace. I'm not gonna run here. I'm gonna do a couple hinges, walk to the next pole. I'm gonna bring my heart rate down, really get that squeeze at the top. I don't want to do these next, but I'm gonna do 3 squats. Arms up. Push up, drive. Go all the way down, push up, drive. Sometimes down, and don't wreck your knees. Walk with core engaged. It's the first thing I'm doing, flipping on that core. That's why we do all those stupid Supermans and all those crappy Disney songs. Moments like this. The pole will run. Not particularly excited about it, but it is what it is. But yeah, sometimes you'll start to lose mobility as you lock in a pace. Your muscles will start to kind of shorten. I don't know if that's the right term, but every once in a while, pausing and doing something like a squat is good, as long as you don't overdo it. Don't push through a range of motion. With each one, go a little deeper to kind of re-lengthen that muscle. It's got to be dynamic. Here we go. Nice and mellow. So hey friends, at this point last time, you're at what, 3.1 miles? Easy, easy. We don't need to worry about running 8. We don't need to worry about how the heck is this gonna ever end? How are we gonna get home? We don't have time for any of those thoughts. And those thoughts, they don't serve us right now. Right now, our focus should be, last week I remember this spot. And that's pretty cool. 1 week later, I am at a comparable physique. Let's start with that. Maybe you had a whole bunch of Chinese food the last 2 days. You ate like a fast-moving dumpster and gained 2.5 pounds. Speaking on behalf of a friend named Joe, right? You might have some of those essential oils and MSG flowing through you right now. By the way, we don't need to talk about MSG. There's such a wide range of perspectives on it. Don't want to trigger y'all. You drift into some of those spaces, hostilities go up. That was a light-hearted joke. But anyway, we just need to think about, hey, we're kind of at the same spot. That's pretty neat. That's the posture we need to find. That's pretty neat. We're still breathing. We're still squeezing our core. We're still finding our lean. Maybe we're a little bit gassed, right? Maybe we're still thinking, how do I get home? But right now our only goal, let's get to where we got. Let's get to 3.5, right? Let's just ease our way to it. And if you're uncomfy, right, that strong butt is now sore and tender. It prefers to walk, right? Don't coddle it yet. Keep plunking along. But let's not run in a hurry, okay? It will take us a full 6 minutes to get to 3.5. If we try to run it in 2 minutes, we're not gonna run from 3.5 to 4. So lock in the mellow trottle pace. And this pace, one where you can breathe, one where you can gently lean forward, one where you can squeeze the walnut. Because once you start striding, increasing the distance between your feet, leaning forward farther, pushing, driving, a lot of us can't sustain that for 8 miles. And today's purpose is distance, not speed. So again, if you're gonna miss that meeting, stop running against the clock and just tell them. Tell them this is what it takes for you to find new longevity, a new normal. And you're not turning around to get back on time. But you're at 3.43, okay? You're edging up on 3.5. You're almost at the turnaround of last week. And you know what we're gonna do? At 3.48, right before the end, all we're gonna do, lean forward a tiny bit. We're not doing it yet. We're gonna lean forward a tiny bit. And then try to shave 3/4 of a second off, just to give us a little bit of a whoosh. Then we're gonna take 5 power breaths. The first 2 close together, spread out the last 3, and then keep plunking along. Here we go. Lean forward, shave a little time, just a little bit. 3.49. 3.5. Throttle it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring back down. Keep plunking along. Good. All right. We're in the work zone now, friends. Everything up to this point, we locked in from days of old, all right? We're building upon the strength of last week. Now, We're just edging farther by half a mile. And I don't have time to explain the math to you, but when you go out half a mile, you get that bonus half mile back. All right, we're adding a mile to the workout. But the way we break it up with this line running, it really helps. Because we run to a target, we run back, and we have good measured milestones. Focus on us. So keep your throttle, lock it tight. Bring your pace down even more. Again, we are in the work zone, all right? So to maintain breathing, we may need to adjust pace, but keep your core, keep that booty tight, keep it squeezed, and enjoy the sights. And trust that as you venture out a little farther, you're gonna see something nice. You might see a new gas station, a new tree. For us, we're gonna get to see the Rico print building, which is super cool. Or maybe it's the Amazon building. I think we'll make it that far. And just remember, friends, when we first started this thing, we never made it to this bank of the river. We were finishing out over there and turning straight around. You have come so freaking far, and you should really admire what you've done. Yes, every workout still has strain. It's still challenging. You've come so far. So, stay in the work. Be proud of yourself. All right? Because at the start of this thing, you sure as heck weren't getting out 8 miles, okay? And when you hit 4 miles, you kind of implicitly get credit for 8. Because you're gonna get home. One way or another, you're gonna get home. And it doesn't need to be perfectly clean, all right? You just gotta trust you're gonna get home, all right? So let's put in the work and let's get home. Because our family needs us, our workplace needs us. We're not in a hurry, but we can bring consistency. Even if it's turtle consistency. That's what we're running. And similar, at the 4 mile threshold, we're gonna do that lean. We're gonna shave off 3/4 of a second. We're gonna drop pace, take our 5 power breaths. And then maybe mellow out at the halfway mark. You can keep going. I might mellow out for a gooey packet. 3.82. Keep it up, y'all. Nice and mellow. Whew. Lock the pace. Lock it. You have come so far on foot. Don't freak out. Don't panic. I'm not gonna leave you out here in the middle of nowhere, okay? I'm just admiring the work you did. And when we turn it around, we don't need to think about 4 miles. We're thinking about 0.25 miles. Thinking about 1 mile, 1 kilometer at a time, 1 foot at a time. Focus on us. 1 at a time. There we go. Keep on plunking along. Maybe wake up a muscle. Maybe you're running with flat feet. You forgot to use those toes. Give yourself a little spring. Not too much. Don't exert yourself. But use that strength. Use the full body with control. Your chest, your upper back, lower back. You should be like a table leaned against a wall. I'm over here like, come on, what's going on? 3.95. At 3.98, we lean forward and we drive into it. And for me, I gotta add the extra 0.15. 3.97. I'm with you, but the situation's fraught. It's a little Hamilton. 3.98, lean it forward, stride it out a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. Show yourself you can do it, it's hard. Breathe heavy. 3.99. Run to 4. Run to 4. Bring it down slowly. Power breaths.
Distance 4 miles. Total time 55 minutes and 42 seconds. Split pace 14 minutes 40 seconds per mile.
It's so good. And you're turned around. Keep plunking. I got 0.15 left. How excited I was. Ooh, it's sandy over here. Oh no. Slip and slide. Keep it up, y'all. You're over halfway. I know it's unimaginable, but we got to start to put that work on a shelf. Look at it. Say good job. It's excellent. Participation award. Nailed it. The next award is half a mile. Pushing to 4.5. Oh, 4.1. Come on, baby. It's hard. It's hard. 4.12. Gotta stick to my own rules. Pick it up. 4.14. 4.15, turn it. Put it in my pocket. Keep the pace. Bring it down. Walk it out. I'm walking the water, friends. And it's gooey packet time. And the sun. Woo! Marvel at the sun. It's good. I hit this gooey packet. And we'll change the battery on the GoPro. All right, third, least favorite, definitely the jet blackberry. Nasty, like a Jolly Rancher gone wrong. By the way, affiliate link in the video for your gooey packets. Feel like a DadBod athlete. Woo! Sweating. Jolly Rancher. Yeah. Let's plunk along. How gozaimasu. How gozaimasu. Kawaii ne. That gooey and a little bit of social pressure gave me a boost. I was like, eh, let's get it. There'll be another water, let's get it. Let's start to work it back. Gotta do my taxes. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm gonna walk it a little bit. Whew. 4 miles in, yo. Pretty tricky. Good stuff. Let's lock. I'm gonna lock a strong walk pace. Maybe give myself half a mile, we'll see. But I'm really, really happy with how far we got with predominantly running pace. I think my pace on those was really, really good. Really consistent, and honestly having the sun down, totally different running experience. Just that last mile with the sun at back, worlds different than the first 3 miles with it below the trees. So it's okay to make it easy for yourself. But in order to make it easy for yourself, you might have to make it hard in different ways. For me, that's waking up at 3:53. But right now I'm catching a breeze. All right, let's go again. Nice and easy, nice and throttle. And again, that's a social anxiety jog. All right, I got a GoPro on my head. If I walk past OG-san and Oba-san, it just makes it harder for everybody. Just don't want you to think this is some kind of flex. I'm nervous. Let's see if we can get to water. We're doing good. Doing good. Come on. Yeah. Yes. It's so low though. Why so low? I'm gonna keep walking towards that tree, but I know we're over halfway, and the GoPro, it's gonna think about taking a nap any second, so I'm gonna change the batteries. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Whew, the sun, man, it's real. Japan is not a kind running climate. No way. But I'm gonna try to change the battery and keep pace, so just keep plunking along. You're doing good. I know it's hard, we're in the work zone. We're gonna walk, run it, we're gonna get home, all right? It's why we line run. We get ourselves where we need to be with the energy we have, and we work our way back. It's just another Tuesday, except it's Monday. Anyway, friends. Oh, nice hair. The sun's still out. It's terrible. Let's go. By the way, you just missed something absolutely beautiful, beautiful to behold. All right, guy in the yellow blazer, way the heck up there, running towards this tree, hit that tree, leaned forward into the turn, and he just kept his throttle. He actually picked up speed a tiny bit. He just picked up the speed just enough to hit the turn. And he's on the hardest part of his run. He's on that third lap. He's running back home. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. That discipline is hard, all right? Also, friends, I'm walking, favoring my right hip just a little bit. So it's gonna be a walk, trottle, stretch for me for a little bit, just to find it again. Probably gonna play around with pace, posture. Right now I'm trying to lift my gut and my shoulders, well, roll my shoulders back, but find a lean in my walk that's not favoring my right side. And our bodies are always shifting. They're always adjusting. And when you're on your half marathon, adjustments will be made. We're not out here to feel bad about that. We just gotta do the work with the body we got. I'm still sweating, still breathing heavy, still working my glutamus, my abs, my upper back. Got everything firing. Do a couple arm circles. Ooh, I don't like that. A little crunchy. Save that one for tomorrow. Gonna do a knee wobble. Ooh. Now we're not disillusioned here, okay? We still got some journey left. But the cool thing, we hit mile 4. That's really cool. So means we added 0.5, so every mile marker is a little bit closer to us. So when you stretch out to a mile, when you run back, it's a little easier. I don't know. Is any of this true? All right. I'm working through some stuff over here. I went from hip to right knees a little grumpy now. And it's so odd because those first 4 miles, I'm just narrating because this is going to be you, right? Those first 4 miles, everything was smooth. Pace felt really clean. I'm gonna do some lateral lunges here. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, now my right knee's like, I don't know. So show your body respect. It's the ocean. That's how I'm showing my body respect right now, is trying to do some mellow, safe range of motion movements until things are kind of feeling put back together. Now, what I've been really good about during this whole program, it's wet, it's some sloppy dirt over there. What I've been doing really good with this program compared to in the past, and by the way, congratulations on hitting 10,000 miles. Sorry, 10,000 steps. Is like, with this program, I have really not injured or wrecked myself. There have been areas of discomfort where I'm challenging myself, but I don't think there's been a single workout where I took myself out of the game the next day. There may have been a next day where something was challenging because the way I pushed myself the day before, or where some kind of modification or adjustment was necessary. But like, some of my first marathon training, after these long runs, and you might be having this, so it's not to condemn you, but after these long runs, like, I'd be laid out all day. People would have to take care of me. I'd be sore and grumpy and whiny, you know, and just not a good husband, not a good father. Right? When we're in that posture of, I need someone to take care of me, it's like, it's not fair to them. There are moments where we need to ask for help. That's fine. But it's the expectation that comes with our own fatigue, as opposed to you finding that little bit of fight of like, I'm waking up in the morning to do this hard thing to better myself so that I can be a better husband or a better mother, be a better parent, be a better spouse. Sorry, be a better wife, be a better husband. Sorry for messing that one up. You know, like, so when you finish this workout, and I've talked about this a couple times, put your shoes away. Put your clothes in the laundry. Make yourself breakfast. And when you're done, or even when you're making yourself breakfast, make a quick protein shake or something to get you what you need so you don't pass out. But don't sit on your butt and expect your significant other to take care of the kids and everybody else. Maybe they do. Maybe based on when you start your run, like, that's a natural trade-off. It happens to my wife sometimes. And she's been just an absolute gem about all that. But at the same time, like, if I come in and she's fed baby Emiko, because Emiko normally wakes up first, and they're watching Paw Patrol, my wife's on the couch, exhausted, because she doesn't sleep well, because she's pregnant and has anxiety and all kinds of other things she's working through. Like, yeah, I make my eggs, I make my shake, but I put 2 pieces of toast in the toaster so I can get Akari and Kai going. Then I take my shower after everyone's fed. Do I smell? Yes. And sometimes my wife still kicks me out. She's like, go take a shower. And sometimes I'm like, okay. But other times, it's important for me to come in after doing the work and immediately be present and supportive, so that my journey of challenging myself doesn't become my family's journey of taking care of grumpy dad. And that's so important. This is good. My knee pain is alleviated. I'm not walking perfectly symmetric. I can still feel some shift. So while we've been talking, I've been kind of stretching the hips, elongating some of the walk, squeezing the butt, enjoying the shade. Shade's great. And I'm still traversing distance. But I feel like talk therapy is what I want right now. This is for me, maybe for you. But it's those small choices. They really, really make the difference for your family and for you. Oops, someone almost slipped. Oh my gosh. Y'all see those calves? They're like biceps. It's awesome. I love watching like grown-ass men running and them just being like cut. It inspires me so much as a heavy dude to think over time maybe I can really get food on lock and pull some of the weight off. But like, I have been putting on some serious gains muscle-wise. Like, we're lifting, I'm pushing up more, pressing more than I ever have. Yesterday, me and Felicia both have body image issues. It's just something we've always had, and I think a lot of people have them. We've never done the path of like legitimate eating disorder or anything like that, but you know, we both are days where we don't feel necessarily attractive. Yet we both seem to find the opposite person attractive because we've been together for 15 plus years, right? But so we don't normally talk about image unless it's just an affirmation of one another, because there's sensitivity in those spaces. It's just the way we honor and love each other. Anyway, she's like, I've noticed your shoulders. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, you're growing shoulders. It's cool. I was like, oh wow, thanks, bae. I have been pushing up more weight. Like, just that little, like, she's been noticing me, you know? Friends, we're on day 71 and she's noticing.
5 miles.
Let's go!
1 hour 13 minutes and 41 seconds.
You know what happens?
17 minutes 59 seconds per mile.
You know what happens when you walk a mile? You still get credit. Oh man, I'm gonna beat all that ego out of you by the time we run this half. You're gonna be so reasonable. Let's go. But anyway, you know, admiring OG-san's calves over there. Like, she noticed my shoulders, which is something I've like never had. And I've done the Moose Lift program for, I don't know, I worked out with him for maybe 150 days or so before I was like, hey, I want to do this half marathon thing. Can we build a program? He was all in on it, you know? He's like, I'll make the tutorials and then you do the IRL workouts and we'll point our communities to the same thing. And I'll push everyone to his lives because he's actually a trainer. So when they're like, I did that thing you did and it broke my shoulder, I'll be like, I don't know. Go talk to Moose. He's liable. No one's liable. No one is liable. This is your own journey. Oh yeah. Settling into the glute. Let's go. Whew. Things are opening up. I'm actually going into a little bit of a squat at the end of it. Still having good back form, just to kind of lengthen a little different. That water's ours. Yeah, you know what happens when you walk a mile? It still counts. Let's walk another one. It's hot. We're taking care of our hip and our knee, And yo, we had an incredible first 4 mile pace. Like we were holding 1240s most of it and taking strategic water breaks. So most of the time we were running, like if you could run those 4 miles, that's already a third of your half marathon, which means the other 2/3, if you're well trained, it's a mixture of training and just endurance. It's hot. But everyone, I'm not gonna try to talk. Why am I doing that? Whew. I'm sweating. Friends, I can't describe Japanese heat to you. Okay, we're not even in the bad yet. It's like probably 84, 85 degrees. But, puddle running though. It's so hot. I'm so glad though. It's funny, I prayed last night because I do that sometimes. I like to pray. It's like my thing. A lot of people do it from different faith contexts. It's cool. Last night I prayed out as if I could control the weather. There's probably a mini sermon on that, but I was like, okay, here's what I want. I want 72 degrees. Nice, cool, 72 degrees. No humidity, slightly overcast, no rain. That's what I need in order to go 8 miles. Because like it was actively raining yesterday. So that was my bargaining with God. I was like, I don't want to do an 8-mile typhoon. I've done it. It sucks. I hate wet, squishy shoes. That's really all it is. I hate squishy shoes. I don't care if the whole rest of my body is underwater. Whew. Oh yeah. But it's the squishy shoes, man. Even this morning I stepped out on my balcony barefoot. Balcony was still a little damp. It's like a porous stone or whatever, so like there's water. It's like a sponge. I mean, it's not that squishy, it's still stone, but your feet get wet, okay? And I run a lot. My pediatrical, no, that's kids, pediatrical, my foot care routine is limited, okay? I'm busy. And I don't see my feet very often, so I don't take the best care of them. So I got a lot of like dry skin and stuff on my heels. Sometimes I get cracks, it hurts. Anyway, my feet were kind of dry. Stepped out on the patio, and then my feet became a sponge. And they absorbed all the water from, because I pray in the morning too. So I like go out on the balcony. By the way, I'm still walking just because I'm getting, I don't need to explain myself to you. I'm working on leveling my hips. It's actually going pretty well. I'm still traversing distance. We just know we're in the 17-minute mile pace, right? We talked about this, right? Run your 12-minute miles. It's gonna take you an hour and 36 minutes. Walk your 20-minute miles. It's gonna take you 2 hours and 40 minutes. And if you're at a nice 17 and a half, it'll take you about 2 hours. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So we're doing good. The first half came in under an hour. This one will probably come in just over an hour. Anyway, dry feet, sucked up all the water. I was trying to step on towels to pull the water out of my feet. I know it sounds like I have a condition. Ugh. Oh, it's nice. Got the dragonflies and crap. It's great. Nature's wonderful. Got the trains. That's my favorite part actually around this whole loop. Trains coming over this track is awesome. Tamagawa. Or Futaka Tamagawa. I think it's, no, it's just Tamagawa. No, that's Tamagawa. That's the, I don't know anymore. Anyway, so my feet suck up all this water. I'm stepping on towels trying to pull the water out of my feet. And finally I'm like, I gotta go. Gotta get going. put my finger on my feet. It's still like, you know, there's a little moisture. And I was like, ugh. Slipped on my socks. It was like, now it wasn't this extreme, okay? Because that would be gross. But it had that like slipping on wet jeans, wet socks kind of feel. And then slipping that in a shoe. It's just that initial moist, clothy squish on your feet. Y'all are like, I'm gonna turn off the audio. I'm so done with what this guy's talking about. I hate that. Just absolutely abhor it. Worst thing on the planet. It's so bad. So I slip on my shoes. I look outside and there's puddles. And I'm like, oh, it's a wet day. But no rain. So maybe some of my prayers got answered. I'm getting a nice cool breeze right now. It's comfy. There's some puffy clouds, but it's not fully obstructed. It's still burning me alive. But those first 3 miles in the shade, because of that 3:53 wake up, oh, that was hecka worth it. I'll do that again. Watch next week, late start. We end up starting the run at 11 p.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. right through 3 p.m. Get carted to the hospital. Get carted to a hospital. We're gonna walk this hill. I'm thinking maybe at the top of the bridge. I'll try to bring the throttle back. I have pretty good ab engagement right now. My left glute is not firing as much as my right. And again, these are all artifacts, right? Like, I have compression on my spine. I have 2 flattened discs. And over time, I'm working on stability with core, back strength, leg strength. But these things can impact me. And that's why you're seeing even the trainer guy is doing intentional modifications, because I'm training for the half marathon. And the half marathon's not today. It's not tomorrow. If it's marathon day, sure, maybe we push different. Oh no, the clouds disappeared. My back, all the moisture on my back is steaming. I'm a little pork Nikomon, little bun, roasting in the sun. Oh, should I make a shirt like that? All my shirt ideas, right? What if it was like a little bamboo steamer on top of a Japanese bridge? Or like over the river, and then it just shows the sun baking the river and the steam cooking the Nikomon. Running like a bun in the river. What? No. I could DadBod. Come on, steam those buns. I can make the Nikomon look like 2 little butt cheeks. Y'all can't take me nowhere. So, I think we're around 5.5 miles. We're definitely in the work zone. We're definitely not done with that 3rd lap, right? But again, we're just staying 0.5 intervals. Keep paying attention to it. I'm mindful of it, I just don't say it all the time. Let's see if I can find a lean in a throttle. I like walking and talking though. I got wet shoes. All right. Whew. Sure, Joe. Great idea. Let's try to jog. Turn the cardio back on when the sun is right in your eyes on this long, barren road. Great time to run. Couldn't think of a better time to say, hey, that walk was comfortable. Let's get back into the hard. Like, let's do it right now. All right. Overall though, I'm fatigued a little bit. So, hips, knees, a little sore. The glutes still got push. Still got some power in the hamstrings and the glutes. Core still holding up, but it's harder to hold it. So like, these are all the things I'm mindful of, right? It's like, okay, I can do this. But I'm still checking every part of my body. Still respecting the ocean. And I have the discipline not to rush it. But as I went from walk to this, as I turn the cardio on, I'm already way more winded than when we started this workout. So I'm feeling it. And I'm trying to ease into the strain. Find the throttle, lock it in. And I have some apprehension that here's the headspace you might be in. Even though I know I'm capable of jogging safe from a willpower position, walking the rest of the way home, oh, it just feels more comfortable. It just feels better. And if I walk it, these 8 miles still count. But there's that tension of like, but what am I capable of, right? Can I push to that a little bit? No matter where you meet along that continuum, you lock in the discomfort, you crank out those last 3 miles, right? Or you say, you know what? We put in some hard work today. I'm gonna walk it out, get my full credit, rest up for tomorrow. Both are perfectly acceptable. And every day, every workout, every exercise, we move between those modes. Now, if you are an elite athlete, you're gonna be able to stay in that push yourself, work it mode way longer, way harder, right? But if you're in the DadBod zone and you're trying to do the same movements as those athletes, but you have a gut like me, you can't hold that zone, but you can still make progress. Everything is progress. Wow, because I lost. Everything is progress, all right? Even if it's not the best you can give, it's what you gave. And you know what? You got tomorrow. And yesterday, you said tomorrow. I'm the worst. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst. Oh yeah, let's go. Let's go. Oh no, I'm getting impatient. I can tell. I can just tell. How because I am us. I can tell. There's soreness. There's fatigue. I'm like, just kind of want to relax here. Take a little nap. Don't forget, you're on the 3rd lap. Okay? It sucks for a reason. Because it sucks. Because it is. You're in the worst part of the in-between. So we can't expect it to be lilacs and peaches. I love peaches, they're delicious. All right, it's not gonna be like that right now. I guess I'm on. We're in the work zone, all right? We're in the in-between. And there's nothing wrong with that. You're breathing heavy. Great. Take a breath. Your lower back is sore. Great. Do some deadlifts. You can't go on anymore. You're in your head. Great. Walk. You're still doing the distance. Ooh, that's a fun bird. Right? See what I did there? I had it too. I was like, I can keep going. I was like, but it's so nice.
6 miles.
Ah, frick.
1 hour, 30 minutes.
Frick.
2 seconds.
Damn it.
Pace 16 minutes, 41 seconds per mile.
Yeah, that's a good pace though with some walking in. 16 minutes, 6. Oh, frick. I'm a little frustrated with that one. You know what? I am pretty darn sure that same thing happened to me last week. Y'all can go back and check week 10, right? Click the video and be like, yep. Except in that workout, that would have been mile 5, I think, instead of 6. Or maybe it was mile 6, where it's like, we were right at it. I was feeling fatigue. It's kind of like when we do the planks, right? And we can't see the clock. I wasn't checking the distance. You know? And I cut out when I probably could have leaned in. Oh, get it, buddy. Kind of want to join them, but I'm not that social. Definitely not that social yet. How guess I was. But good news, it is gooey packet time. I mean, look at the river though. Why did you want to run next to that? It's so pretty. There's swans and crap. Do you have swans? So, congratulations, friends. You have pushed through, and you might not believe it, the hardest part of the workout. By completing mile 6, it's like you did that 3rd lap on the track. And now, we can see finish. We're still not there. We still need to pace it out. There's still challenge in front of us. If you're on the if you imagine being on the track, like, you still got to run away from that finish line to run back to it. But it's something measurable at this point. It's 1 lap, or in your case, it is 2 miles. And you know, based on the shape you're in, you can make it 2 miles. You can probably jog a portion of that, and we'll probably interval jog it after I eat my gooey pack. You know you can probably walk all of it. And for some of you that are like super heavier set, super injury prone, right? Running is just plain old not safe for you. You're rocking a bike. You're getting your cardio. Press on. Do what you can do. Right? I'm trying to speak to the nominal. I know there's tails. You're all doing wonderful. Wow, gozaimasu. Vanilla bean. Second favorite. Okay. Now, I shouldn't even say that these are in order of favorites. By the way, I'm still focusing on form, core, hips, pushing equally on each leg. I'm still in the work zone. Even if it's a walk, still working. I shouldn't rank these in order of favorites because I don't like a single one. So what I would say this is, they're ranked in order of being tolerable. And the vanilla bean, I can tolerate pretty well. Reason being, it's almost here, hear me out. It's almost warm cream cheese frosting and a cinnamon roll. It's almost, but it's gone bad. It's too warm, too sticky. It's nasty. Do you all like the sounds? I've been thinking about, like, once I finish this whole journey, because it's an editing beast. All right, I'm through, I think I've done 4 full weeks. I'm gonna get some deadlifts. Oh, butt just ripped in half. All right, keep it going. Sweating my life out here. But once I'm through editing all these full videos, it'll be fun once I like release the program on Google, in a Google class or whatever, to like make video compilations of just moments, all my sparky inspirational one-liners and all the grunts and sounds. All right. Where are we at? We're at like 5.1, 5.2. Oh no. 6.25. 6.25. We got this. That's a 1.75 miles. That is like less than your recovery walks, recovery jogs now at this point. So keep that in mind. Also, I opened my phone, it's like excessive heat warning. I'm gonna jog it. Very mellow pace. Control. This is the time when like you go from a walk and you're gonna wanna run in a rush. You're gonna wanna stride it too far. You're gonna start overdriving on one side, trying to run through knee pain. We're not doing any of that crap. We respect the ocean. We respect our body. And we can't get impatient on this run. That's like the diligence and the discipline, is being able to say, all right, if I trottle, it's more uncomfy. My legs are sore. I have to squeeze my core to hold good posture. I'm gonna breathe a little harder. All those little discomforts that we just turned on right now, that's discipline. It's hard. I know. It sucks, I know. And you're like, but we just walked 2 miles. Let's just keep walking. It would count. It would totally count. But I think right now, at 6.25 miles in, we are capable of a little bit of trottle. Maybe let's trottle to 6.5. Let's just see, right? And if, I don't want to say if we're feeling good, but if we're feeling capable, let's trottle out to 6.75. Because we know from a mindset, from a knowledge perspective, anything we trottle right now, as long as it's safe form, this deep in the workout, it's increasing endurance, it's increasing strength, it's increasing mental resiliency. Because every time we add a mile, it's gonna be more and more tempting to walk that whole sucker out. Whereas we need to build the discretion to say, hey, that was a great 2-mile walk, right? We got our breathing under control. We got our hips level. We did some good dynamic movements. And now we have the wisdom, the knowledge to say, hey, we're not, if we walk all this time, they're gonna close the run, right? Maybe you have a time target before they close the marathon. Sometimes it's like 2 hours and 50 minutes. Sometimes it's shorter, right? So you gotta do what you can do. You gotta do what you can do. And we gotta build the mental resiliency. Even though this is hard right now, sun at my back, it is hard to find a little bit more trottle. Okay, just a little bit. And the hardest part is to not rush it because it's uncomfy. Because we want to go into fight or flight mode, right? You want to flee from this. You want to run from it. But, right, you got to remember that wisdom, that deep insight, that knowledge, that golden nugget from Thanos. Dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives. It's right here. And you can't rush destiny, okay? Because if you try to rush it, you'll definitely fail. We endure destiny, right? We're right here in the sun. How excited I was. Locking in the throttle. This is not a fartlek. And if you creep up to fartlek pace, you are done, my friend. At 6.5 miles in, if you just try to squeak out one rushed quarter mile, you're toast the rest of the way. But if you could lock pace, if you could find that mindset, you're in good shape. You can be in a really good spot. All right? So, dread it, run from it. Destiny still arrives. And here we are. How can I was trotting along, kicking butt on a Monday morning so that we can give our best at home, at work, for ourselves. Our target is that pole, all right? It's been a good trottle. It's been good work. I'm not rushed, but the heart rate's climbing. I'm sure it is for you, all right? So we're gonna hit the trottle at the pole, all right? Almost there. Come on, pole. We're gonna decelerate along the poles. All right. And breathe down. Stretch it out. Breathe. Ooh, that one was a stretch. Ooh. Keep your core. It's hard. Keep it. Oh man, need water. Doing good, we need water. I'm not out here to impress nobody. Because, repeat it all out, friends. Water doesn't make you weak. It's kind of how your body works. I don't have time to explain the biology to you, mainly because I don't remember high school biology. That's as far as I progressed. Got into all my physics and advanced mathematics and kind of lost track of organisms and cells and crap. Whew. We're working. I'd say we're probably at 6.75, 6.82. Friends, in just a little bit, even though you're hurting, you're breathing, you will be right where you ended last week in completion of last week's workout. And you're sore, but you know that last mile is doable. How gozaimasu. You know you can totally find the pace. Even if that pace is a walk, you can get that last mile in, and you're not going to get it leaning back, crunching your hips, wobbling your arms around like a monster. Okay? You're going to keep moving forward well, with good form, with focus, with nice breathing. Go ahead, get some doubles. Those help so much, but it's still work. Like, it's very difficult for me to find that. When I'm fatigued, I don't want to breathe. Isn't that weird? Like when we're this exhausted, the idea of trying to do a forceful inhale and exhale, which clears our airways, gives us more oxygen so that we can continue to fuel and go. Like, it gets harder to do the thing that sustains us. There's so much control and discipline you learn from these kinds of workouts that you can carry with you the rest of the day. Ugh, twisty. There we go. Got some back cracks. A couple. Oh, whoo. The glutes like, what the hell are you doing? Why are we still out here? So listen, I got 1.25 miles left. I'm gonna hit a gooey packet. Brought a fourth one just in case, because water is a ways out, and this isn't a replacement for water, but it is energy. Kind of need both technically, but I'm gonna hit the packet. I'm gonna think about jogging a little bit, but once we hit that water fountain, I'm probably just gonna grab my water and energy drink. My fourth most palatable is the strawberry banana, which tastes like a strawberry banana smoothie left out in the sun for 4 hours. It's almost drinkable because you know that it's right on the edge of bacteria growing, but your gut health will probably allow you to survive. But you let that sucker drift into 5 or 6 hours, you don't really know. Oh, my pants are soaked. All right, that was good. Got the sugar. We're doing good. Y'all still there? Y'all still working and stuff? 6.99, lean into it. Whew, shave 3/4 off. Come on, shave 3/4 off, damn it. Whew. Slow down, get your power breaths.
Distance 7 miles. Total time 1 hour 46 minutes and 45 seconds. Split pace 16 minutes 23 seconds per mile.
An hour, 46 minutes. That's delightful. That means if we run the next one 13 minutes, that'll be a perfect 2 hours. That's a little steep for us though. That's a little bit of a push. I don't think I got that in me today. So we'll probably end around 2 hours, 5 minutes. But I'll take that momentum from mile 7. Let's go. But don't rush it, don't rush it. Sneaky running. Assassin's Creed running, okay? So you could hop off the top of a building into a bucket of hay. Rooftop running, right? Sneaky. With good form. Athletic position. And don't scare Obasa. Don't scare her. Sneaky. All right. Here we go. We slip past her defenses. Hey, 7 miles in, yo. 7 miles. Anyone else delusional yet? I'm kidding. Kidding. Stay safe. We respect the ocean. We know its limits. But if you spend enough time out in the water, you learn how to surf. You learn how to get out there a little bit, ride the waves. I'm riding the waves. I know exactly where I'm at. I know exactly where I'm going. I know the work and the form that is necessary to propel myself forward. I'm riding the waves, but I'm respecting the ocean. I'm aware of everything, man. I'm aware of my heart rate, of my breathing, of my lean, how much push from each foot. I'm aware of my hip height, how symmetric it is, where my shoulder blades. I'm riding the waves. I know my body. I know this course. I know the edge of what I'm capable of without getting tossed. All right? Find your edge safely with wisdom over time. Because it matters. Pushing ourselves physically sets us up for so much success intellectually, emotionally, spiritually. All right? I'm in the work. In the work. gozaimasu. I'm in the work. In the work. I'm not pushing. I'm in the zone. It's hard. But I know exactly where I'm at. Where I'm going. How good that was. We're in the work. Oh, we're getting it done. How good that was. All right. I wanted those steps. I wanted them, and I was like, I don't got it. I was close. I was like, how long? If I was 2 miles out from the finish right now, and there were people cheering at this big white gaijin 300-pound man running down a hill 2 hours and 40 minutes in, oh, I'd still be running. But I'm like, today, nah. But I squeezed a little more, right? But I pushed the pace a little bit too much. And everything was just a little edge farther than what I anticipated. So, had to bring it back in. How good that was. But then we remember that fart lick. Let's go. This is ego. This is like, I got you stairs. I got you stairs. I worked too darn hard today. Too darn hard, man. I got you stairs. I got you. I know where you're at. That little fartlek kick when you decide this is the end, right? This is all I got. It's a tempo change. It's an intensity change. Your heart's pumping. You're breathing. Oh, damn dog. Running up the side. If you're Rocky. Where's the snake? Still scared of that thing. Leaning for it. Grab your core. Get your core. You're not done. You push though, but we can't walk on our heels. Get that light contraction. Push, push. You still got control. Grab your little coin, your little victory hydration coin. How good that was. Get your victory coin. You worked hard, all right? That was a good push. You feel that one? Get your sports water. Get your water. When you're tired enough to leave, $2.50 of change. How are we looking? 6:35. How good I was. 7.62 miles, baby. That's really good. 7.62. 0.38 miles left. Take a breath. It's totally doable, all right? You're at 1 hour and 56 minutes. You'll be done with this around 2 hours and maybe 2 minutes, which is exceptional work, right? We talked about the spread. We talked about coming in at 1 hour and 32 minutes. We talked about coming in at 2 hours and 40 minutes. So 2 hours and 2 minutes is pretty much dead center, right? So across some good quick runs, the first 4 miles, walk mile 5, mile 6, and some run walk at the end. That is really, really good work. Really strong rhythm. And the final run is 13.1. Okay, so we still got, I know this is unfathomable, okay, we got 5 more miles to tack onto this joyride. And if you had to do it today to save the lives of all of your children, you'd probably be able to walk it. It would suck, you'd take a lot of breaks. Your legs would be really destroyed, but you'd probably be able to do the distance. And that's the mindset we want to start to find. It's like, in an emergency, let me hit the sports water. In an emergency, or if it's driven by necessity, I could probably traverse something very, very challenging. And again, I'm trying to speak to the nominal folks at week 11. If this week, you know, we're supposed to hit 8 miles, and you came in walking 4, walking 3, walking 5, all that still counts, friends. And it just means that you might have to repeat the circuit 2, 3 times, build up your strength, and you'll get to a half marathon just like the rest of us. You just have to make adjustments in the journey. Sports water. Water. But each week we're gonna keep tacking on a mile, man. So keep shifting your wake up, keep shifting your routine. One of the biggest things you can work on is not running faster, okay, not getting the workout done quicker, but preparing for the workout physically, emotionally, spiritually. Just really living into the full journey and anticipating it without being anxious about it. It's like Sunday night. I wanted to make sure, for me, when I run, especially the long runs, I start to feel in a rush based on when I know the kids are waking up and what kind of load that puts on my wife. I love my wife. She's super awesome, super resilient. She's got some depression and anxiety, right? And we share load and have a work-life parenting integration that looks different than others. I start to wear an awareness of what her experience is like, depending on how long I'm out. But when I wake up a little earlier, it pulls that burden lower because I know it's reachable for her. It makes it accessible. But the other thing I did last night before bed, even though I stayed up a little late hanging out with her, we call it Roomba ready because we have a little iRobot Roomba vacuum. I got the whole upstairs living room, kitchen, all of it knocked out, so the vacuums could clean without choking on Legos and crap. Got the whole house Roomba ready. Got all the dishes done. And so I know everything's staged for her when she wakes up, so she doesn't come and deal with the cognitive burden of my house is a mess, kids are waking up, I'm behind on whatever. Like, it gives her control, and she helped with that routine. But the other thing I did once that was all set up, I got my GoPro in a Ziploc with my batteries. I got my 4 gooey packets picked out, grabbed my 500 yen, got that laid out my clothes for the workout, my socks, set my alarms early. I do all the things so I can hit play quicker. Ohayou gozaimasu. Like I set up my pre-workout water bottle and the little canister. So I'm like 1 scoop away from just saying, all right, let's do it. You know? Let's see where we're at. I think we hit it. 7.9. All right, let's keep going. So like those are all the small little things you can do so you show up that much easier. Ohayou gozaimasu. All right, this was a 2-hour, 2-minute workout. Maybe 2 hours, 3 minutes. But everything I just laid out, those little efforts, enable me to wake up and press go. From wake up to running, I was at maybe 32 minutes to activate, to be fully dressed, pre-workout taken, stuff in pockets, at the running location, ready to go. And that allows it reduces the barrier. So in the morning, all I have to process is the strain, is this experience right here. Because I know my kids are taken care of, my wife's taken care of, my house is put together. And now it's 7.97 miles, you're taken care of. You have continued to challenge yourself to show up for 11 weeks, which is unbelievable. It is a massive accomplishment. And you're putting in the work. You're building the routine. And you're gonna see the fruit. Yesterday my wife complimented my calves. I was like, oh my gosh, thank you. I guess all that running does help with something, right? So you'll get there. Let's celebrate. Here it comes. Let's listen. It's coming.
Total distance 8 miles. Total time 2 hours, 2 minutes and 59 seconds.
There we go.
Split pace 16 minutes, 14 seconds per mile.
Beautiful. That is a beautiful,
Workout pause.
beautiful finish. Absolutely incredible work. Sorry, I'm making sure it saves for a second. That's not bad. In all that work, we burned 1,200 calories. Not even a Big Mac. I don't know if that's true. Well, anyway, friends. Super proud of you. Keep showing up. Tomorrow we got... Are we in a new block? No. We're still in block 3. So we got Moose Lift 3A. Get ready to put in the work. See you around, friend. Hydrate. You did good.